Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please make sure to keep subscribing to the channel and like the videos. Let's dive into the latest news I have for you. So, I love this quote, by the way. Lamar Jackson said a comment that should scare the rest of the league. He said, and quote, like he was asked, well, how does it feel going into year 8? And he said, and quote, it has gotten a lot easier for me. That should be scary. Think about it. So Lamar had a career year last season. Career year. And we're only in year 8. For a quarterback that's still relatively young. It should put fear in every single defense and every single coach in this league that he's just said it just gets easier. I am so excited at the fact that he's simply saying, "Yep, I mean, nothing's getting harder, everything's easier for me." So he's like the psychopath when he's out on the field. We see it all the time when he's mic'd up, he gets tackled. He is laughing his head off when he gets tackled. That is gnarly to me. And it is should send fear throughout the rest of the league, knowing that it's just getting easier. He is one of one, and there's no one that can stop him. No one. There's no one that can stop him except Lamar himself. Love it. Can't wait to see what he has in store for us next season. Moving on, and I have to say, I agree and disagree. I've always been critical of Sports Illustrated, always being against the Ravens somehow, or flip-flopping or whatever. But I will say kind of agree with this. Sports Illustrated labeled the one red flag the Ravens have. That is the offensive line. I've mentioned in previous videos that the Ravens' offensive line is questionable. I will label it as one red flag. But again, we still have to go through training camp, we still have to go through the preseason, and we have to get into the regular season. As of right now, not knowing who will be taking the guard positions, because left tackle, center, and right tackle are already taken. You got Ronnie Stanley, Tyler Linderbaum, Roger Rosengarten. Those guard positions, the right guard, the left guard, pending anything happens in terms of in training camp, are supposed to be taken over by Ben Cleveland, Daniel Falele. I don't necessarily agree with that. That's why I kind of agree with that. It could be a red flag. But again, we have not had a chance to go into training camp yet, see if any rookies stand out, see if Cleveland has had great development. He has had some unfortunate incidents outside of football that he's been handling, but let's see if he, has had some level of development that the Ravens have wanted him to get. I've seen some of it when he's been next to Tyler Linderbaum. It has been, we've seen some sparks of true greatness from him. Daniel Falele has been very inconsistent last season, even when he was named a Pro Bowl alternate, which I thought was a little weird. But I want to see if these players have had better development. If not, I want to see the Ravens utilize rookies a little bit more to see if the rookies are able to hit the ground running. Again, I kind of agree with this statement that the offensive line is a red flag, but to the extent of us wait until after training camp, after preseason, and into the regular season to really see if it's still a red flag. Moving on, so also NFL.com considered the Ravens having the best draft heist in terms of when the Ravens picked up legendary safety, greatest safety of all time, Ed Reed. 2002 draft. Love this comment because, Ozzie Newsome knew from the get-go that Ed Reed was going to be a great safety for the Ravens, and looked what happened. Considered by many, except Steelers fans, the greatest safety of all time. 100% agree with this comment that, the Ravens have always had success in the draft. Every single year, we always pick up someone that has produced greatness with the Ravens, or could have been great with the Ravens, but didn't but couldn't transfer to that NFL lifestyle. But again, most of our players that the Ravens have drafted have proven to be great players. For the last few, let's go into the last few seasons. We drafted Lamar Jackson. No words to question there. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, all these guys that have proven that they are going to go into the Ravens Ring of Honor eventually. And on defense, you have Odafe Owe, who has had a better development. I will defend that. And Patrick Queen, when he was next to Roquan and now he's a Steeler, was great with better development, and he had Roquan next to him. We have Kyle Hamilton, obviously. So again, the Ravens always have a great draft, and picking just knowing that we had one of the greatest draft heists ever, not just in Ed Reed but also in Lamar. It's just fantastic to hear from other media outlets and everything. Also, lastly, I wanted to answer some comments made on one of my previous videos on why Mark Andrews is always a topic of trade discussions, even though he had one dropped catch. I say this because it is all speculative, it is all rumors, and we still have Isaiah Likely to think about. So, Mark Andrews is a topic of trade and of all the trade discussions because, and I hate to repeat myself here, it is because of the cap hit he will carry next season, and also also Isaiah Likely's there, who is really gunning for that tight end one position. I get it's not just because of the dropped pass in the playoffs. It is also because he has done that before in the playoffs, not in a crucial moment such as that up until last season. But again, there's still a topic of discussion of how much we can get from him and still be safe. That's why I'm always covering any rumors about Mark Andrews in terms of trade. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just addressing all of the rumors. And it's not just because of that dropped pass. It is because of the cap hit and knowing that we still have or are going to be safe even if we trade Mark Andrews. Because we have Isaiah Likely and Kolar. Thank you for tuning into Ravens today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, please make sure to keep subscribing to the channel, like the videos. I will catch you all later.